Game Over 86, guys, coming back with another video. And today, guys, Sony is wanting something big. Sony is wanting something crazy. Sony is wanting something to come together that's going to blow everybody's mind going forward when it comes to the entertainment business. And let's go ahead and just get right into it. Let's start off with just stating that I will leave the source to this. I will leave a link to the source, so if you guys want to read this yourselves, you guys can. But at CES, the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas, their chief executive, Kenichiro Yoshida, they told the attendees that he wants to convey the message that the firm, that is firm, is a creative entertainment company, Sony. That means that it believes its business is now driven by movies, music, and of course, games. He said that he explained to the organization objective moving forward is to unify all three divisions. So Sony wants music and games, music, gaming, and movies to collab together. They want them to put everything together, and I think that that going forward could be really big, and really big for the video game company. And it's like pop culture. And I'll bring up wrestling just because that's something that I'm real knowledgeable about. But back in the day, wrestling did it with movies and music as well. They did it with sport athletes as well. So in the wrestling business, to get eyes on them, they got something big out in the blue, like Muhammad Ali at WrestleMania 1. And they also had Mr. T. When they were real popular, you know, at their time, they had Cyndi Lauper, the girl that sung Girls Just Want to Have Fun. They brought her in. And then when it came to sport athletes, they brought in people like Lawrence Taylor, and they brought in a lot of celebrities like Pamela Anderson, and they brought in other people that were really big like Vanna White at the time, and Bob Bucher and Pete Rose, and a lot of just big-time celebrities like Mike Tyson and Austin, a lot of people remember. And they did that, and they brought in musical guests like Kid Rock and Aretha Franklin and Limp Bizkit and all these other musicians out there, and they collabed them together to draw eyes in that were fans of that specific person, band, or movie actor, whatever, or athlete, and it drew them into the company that was WWF at the time, now WWE. And I see Sony doing the same thing, and they go on to also state in here that they say, according to the suit, the PSN is a very strong entertainment platform of all Sony. It also states very suitable for the video and music content. Interesting, all three of the film's entertainment divisions have recently instated the new leaders. And it's believed that collaboration is a mandatory for all of the incumbent honchos, including PlayStation's new boss, John Codera. Exactly how this will manifest, itself remains, but at the very least, we suspect we're going to be writing Uncharted movie rumors until the end of time. So think about the games, think about all the movies, and think about all the music that Sony has brought. When you think of the games, obviously you think of Spider-Man. When you think of some of the games, you think of God of War. You think of the Uncharted, like they said, an Uncharted movie. There recently, last year, there was a fan, I believe, or somebody that did a, kind of a movie of Uncharted 4, which was really cool. If you think of these games that Sony owns the rights to, Last of Us 2, there could be a movie there. When it talks about their music industry and all that other stuff. But it says, frankly, we don't think it's worth worrying about. Sony is in an absolute giant in music business these days as well. It actually managed to make a few successful movies of late too, so that's good. And a lot of it's Into the Spider-Verse. That would be an insane game with that type of shading. I believe that game would sell out the yin-yang. The main thing is the upper management sees entertainment as a focus of the organization. So while its consumer electronics chops aren't going anywhere, that investment into gaming is going to continue to be strong. So pretty much what he's saying is, even though they're not changing the way they're doing games, or their movies or music, it's still a number. It's really popular. It's still selling. And I believe they state that it's 47% of their revenue is from the entertainment source. And the PlayStation has 80 million active monthly users. So when you look at it all, they do have a strong base that they can really jump from platform to platform, whether, like I said, it'd be movies or music as well. And it says, and seeing that we're all here for great titles that PlayStation publishes, we can probably deal with the odd chain smokers crossover. So what he's saying is some of the older games or some of the ones that are jumping over to them, like they said, collabing together, whether it be a game that's specifically not with Sony, but Sony Studios may produce, or music-wise that they may produce for a certain game that's specifically not a PlayStation game. I believe that's what they're trying to state there. And I think, honestly, the biggest thing that I get from this gameplay, or from this gameplay that you guys are watching. By the way, I'm talking about PlayStation wanting music and gaming to collab, and movies to collab together, why I'm showing you guys Forza Horizon 4 gameplay, which I think is pretty cool of a game, and I've talked about it recently, and I just figured maybe you guys like to watch some of these gameplay footages while I talk about some of this stuff. So honestly, guys, I want to know what you guys think about this. What does this mean for the future of gaming? And like people were saying, Sony is staying away from really the streaming aspect, I think, of it. Like Xbox is going more of the streaming box. You know that PC and Steam and Epic Games and Valve and all this other stuff, Blizzard and all that stuff, they have the games and they stream, and a bunch of streaming devices. And I understand PlayStation's eventually going to have to jump on that with them. But what I think they're kind of doing is doing what, like I said, WWF, WWE used to do. They're bringing in eyes that may not be looking at Sony's PlayStation platform of a choice of gaming, whether they be mobile gamers, whether they just be PC gamers or Xbox gamers or Nintendo gamers. They're going to be bringing them possibly over with collabing movies and video games together, or music and movies and video games all together from the Sony brands. And like I said, big heavy hitters like a God of War movie, that would be kind of cool depending on how they could do it. The Amazing Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse did really well in the movies from a box office standpoint and from a Rotten Tomatoes standpoint. And there's a lot of heavy hitter games that people really want to see. And I understand there's been some really bad blunders out there with games like Assassin's Creed, and the Tomb Raider franchise just never really has been that type. But think about Nathan Drake's possible movie. Think about God of War. Think about the Spider-Man franchises. I understand they make movies, but if they make a video game like Spider-Man Enter the Spider-Verse, or Into the Spider-Verse, like I said, Seashell, or shell shading. I said seashell. Can you guys believe Game Over 86 said seashell? My goodness. Shell shading. How awesome would that be? It'd be like Breath of the Wild and Dragon Ball FighterZ, like Spider-Man game. That would be fun. That would be cool to see. And think about other ones, like I said, Last of Us 2, Ghost of Tsushima, Death Stranding. These games could be really cool. And Sony, Sony Studios and Sony Productions and all that, they can make movies. And I think that's what they're going to want to do. They're going to want to open up not just their video games, but music and movies from their video games that may draw people into buying their console or buying their video games in the future. But I want to know, guys, I'm excited seeing this. I think that's kind of cool. They're wanting to open up to collab with themselves in a way, but to expand. And they even said, though, down in here that they, are willing to go open to do some of the odd ones that some people may not, allow or may not want. So let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this. And like I said, I'll leave a link down in the description if you guys want to go read this as well. CES has been going on. I think it goes on all the way until like the 11th of January. It started January 8th. So it's been going on. And a lot of crazy stuff's going to be coming. I may do some more videos on some new electronic tech gear, because I said at the first of my videos on this year, I want to do some review techs. I said that wrong. Don't get the impression of that. But I want to review some technical stuff, tech stuff, video games, obviously. I'm going to be bringing more news, more knowledge, more opinions, facts, and real Real, honest, unbiased truth, guys. I want to know what you guys think, though. Leave me a comment down below. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. If you want to, hit the bell notifications. Follow me on Twitter because I'll leave all kinds of crazy stuff up there for you guys to see, to vote on, to follow, to make sure you guys stay up to date. All of you, take care. Do a good deed. I love you all very much from the bottom of my heart. Stay safe. Peace, guys. And I'll see you guys on the next video.